Broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hello everyone, Tim Wilmot here from Wizard Systems. Thanks for joining me today for GoldMine 101, our regular or fairly regular series of short GoldMine presentations focusing on different topics in and around GoldMine. And this morning I'm going to go over the service center in GoldMine. Great if you've got any service people, support people, technicians, engineers, a help desk, anyone involved in customer service. We need to track things in a structured way. Now, this overview, this call will be about 20 minutes or so in duration. So it's just an overview of this feature, not meant to be in-depth training on the service center. My company, Wizard Systems, offer many extensive GoldMine training options should you want to explore those with us. Now, the audio part of this presentation is one way only. If you've got any questions through my call, please type those into the question box on your meeting control panel, and I'll do my best to answer those at the end. Probably best to type them in as soon as you think of them rather than waiting till the session ends. Also, at the end, I will be giving you a brief update on any GoldMine product news just to keep you in the loop. This call is being recorded, so after the presentation you will get an email after a day or so with a link to the recording, which you can play back at your leisure, share with your colleagues, and we'll most likely pop it up on our YouTube channel as well. Okay, so let's get started. As I normally do on these calls, just a very brief mention about Wizard Systems. I know a lot of people on the call know us, deal with us for their GoldMine system, but Wizard Systems, all we do is CRM, and GoldMine is a key product in our portfolio. We've been supplying and implementing GoldMine since 1993. We've put in well over 3,000 GoldMine systems in that time, and we offer any kind of service around GoldMine: upgrades, installation, customizing it, integrating it with other applications, making it do fancy things that maybe you think it can't do. Training as well. Training can be at your place, our place, or online, and ongoing support as well with our friendly help desk ready to answer your calls. Okay, so let's get into the service center in GoldMine. So the service center, or this case management functionality in GoldMine, provides customer service people, agents, the ability to capture any service call, then filter and access the details of each case. The customer service center enables your entire service department to follow, arrange, and filter all these service requests and optimize workflow in their working day. So GoldMine allows your service professionals to assign, escalate, and resolve customer service requests quickly and efficiently, quickly access customer service issues, customer details, see what other people are up to in the organization against that client, route the service call to the right person that can solve the problem, keep customers informed of service request progress, all within your GoldMine environment. So your GoldMine users can now, with this, accept incoming customer service requests from multiple sources, be alerted to up-and-coming urgent cases, get details for any open or closed service request. And individual agents and customer service managers can filter their daily case activities very easily, see things on the dashboard, improving their work efficiency, and hopefully enabling the best customer care that you can manage. So let's take a look at it in more detail. So this is GoldMine, latest version, and I've accessed the customer service center down here from the navigation menu. There we are down there, service, and that fires up the service center. Within the top half of the screen, a summary, row by row, a bit like an Excel spreadsheet, of all the service requests logged right now. And you can see some columns across the top of this summary view, the status of the call, whether it's assigned, escalated, solved, whatever. The number, the actual case number. So every case, every ticket is given a unique number, which you can identify to the customer. Great for reporting as well. The subject of the call, who is the customer it relates to, the contact in that company, the deadlines, some visible alerts, then little icons there to indicate any alerts relating to that call, and so on. You can group and sort by any of those as well. Across the top of this view, you can then also filter. For example, if you just wanted to see outstanding cases or just your cases, that can easily be done there. If you then want to group that view in some key way, that can be done there. And then there's a few buttons here to reassign that case to another user and alert that user as well. Escalate it. So it's really important issue. You need to escalate it further in your organization. You can't solve it. You need to escalate it to somebody else. Hopefully, all these cases are then resolved. So you can click on resolve. That will actually link to the GoldMine knowledge base, which some of you may be using. Some of you may not be aware of what the knowledge base is, but this is an internal, like a little intranet in GoldMine, where you can store lots of little topics, snippets of help relating to your products and services. So when you click resolve, that links into that, and you can then extract typical solution information from your knowledge base and paste that into the call. Saves you time, and make sure with the info center, the knowledge base, you've got one central place where you can store valuable information about typical problems that come in and typical solutions to solve those problems. When you click on Analyze, you can get some brief analytics, KPIs on your service center, and Customize, which you normally do at the outset, allows you to customize some of the fields in the case center if there's some specific information you want to track about calls. Formatting also the case number. I've got rather a weird sort of prefix here of my case number. You can have simple numbers if you want to. So that's the top half of the screen. And then when you click on a service call, that will be displayed in more detail down below. Or I could just double click on this call here. Let me just double click and we'll zoom into it in more detail. So here's the case record, a case or a ticket, all the information about this service call. Now there are parts of this that can be changed. So I said already, the case number, this number here, that can be customized by you. If you want a simple number, you want it prefixed with a letter or some other syntax, you can do that as well. What customer is it linked to? Incidentally, when you create new cases, you can create them from here. There's a few places in GoldMine where you can create cases from the service center here or from the customer record on their case tab. Who at that customer is affected by this issue? Give me a brief subject of this issue. Then below that, a big notes box, a bigger description of this issue. Over on the right-hand side, now template. You might be familiar with templates in GoldMine, for example, opportunity templates. But in your company, do you get calls of a very common nature, repetitive nature? Lots of things in common with those sorts of calls that you get. Well, you could create templates in the service center to help you save time. So when you create a new call, you can actually create them from the template. So it actually pre-populates some of these fields for you. Saves an awful lot of time. So going down, we've got the category and subcategory. These fields can be relabeled, but this is pretty much the default ones out of the box with GoldMine. So what type of area is this issue in? Where this might be useful is in reporting. So if you wanted to do reports on the types of calls you're getting or the subtypes of calls you're getting. That's what that's all about there. And you've got little drop-down lists as well in all of these fields. For example, in priority here, you can click on the little drop-down list there, and you'll have in alphabetical order all of the common entries for those fields. So what's the origin of this call? Maybe that's important for you to know. The source. Did it come from an email, a service visit, whatever? What product does it relate to? So this offering field here might be a drop-down list of your key products. And the current status of the call and call owner. Like most things in GoldMine, we have somebody that's responsible for that issue. And when did the call come in? And when is it due to be solved? Don't worry, this is a demonstration system here. So don't worry about some of the dates, these old dates that we got there. But you get the idea. So that's the top half of the screen. Key information about that call. And then we've got the old tabs here running across the middle of the case record. Notes, general notes about this call. Everything is date and time stamped with the name of the user as well. Team, so that's generally you lot. Who in your company has some kind of dealing with this call, and what's their role on this call as well? Tasks, what tasks are you doing? What tasks have you got to? Again, these can be pre-populated via the template. Attachments, maybe you have scanned documents, the customer's sent you a file, somebody's taken a photo, it could be anything, whatever you want it to be. And you've got to, as you may know, when you're looking at documents and attached files in GoldMine, you can elect to have a preview of that document, the image, the PDF file, the Excel spreadsheet, the text file, whatever it might be. Handy little preview there without having to open up the application to save you time. Resolution information, if applicable. And then you'll be familiar with the pending and history tab in GoldMine against the customer's records. Works the same way. So you can now track activities against this case. So maybe this case comes in and it's particularly challenging and you can't solve it there and then. So this is where you can track all the individual things that happen in the life cycle of this call. So phone calls you make, meetings you have, they'll be scheduled there. Of course, you can create new ones here if you want to in the normal way. It will appear against the client's record, but it also appears on the pending tab of the case record. And of course, when they're done, you're building up that wonderful history of everything that's happened with this call from start to finish. The contacts tab allows you to link in other contacts in your database to this call and describe what's a bit like the team tab, what's the role of that person on that call. So that's the service center there, a great way of viewing, tracking, managing, solving calls, using the knowledge base to help you solve those calls. How to then see what's going on in your company as regards a service point of view? Well, there is the report writer in GoldMine. There are a few sample service reports. You can create your own reports as well. We do have dashboards in the system also. So this is a pre-built dashboard, but as you might know, you can create your own dashboards as well based on any information in GoldMine and taking information from outside of GoldMine as well. Maybe these cases, there may be some information tracked in your billing system relating to these cases. So that can be dragged in to this graphical KPI view as well. So here we're looking at overdue cases by user, by owner, by agent. And there they all are there. And we can click on one of those columns and that will drill down to that user and see just the activities that's relevant to them. You can also see cases on the customers tab as well. And also, if you are using the GoldMine web, a way of accessing GoldMine via your browser, you've got access to it here. So we can see cases via my browser. This will work on your smartphone as well. So here we can see the cases, the service center, if you like, in GoldMine web, and we can click on that contact record there to see this person in a bit more detail. And if I just scroll down a little bit slowly on the right hand side, in GoldMine web, you have over on the right hand side here the individual tabs. So there's my cases tab. Click on the little down arrow, and there we are. A remote user via the web on their tablet or their mobile can see that activity. So there we are, a quick run through of the service center in GoldMine. As I now do, we open up our call to any questions you've got. And after that, I'll just wrap things up with a quick update on what's happening as regards GoldMine CRM, just to keep you up to date there. So let me just see what questions we've got. So first one from Vicky. Can you report by product and how long to fix? Yes, you can. There isn't a built-in report to do that, but yes, you can. The thing with reporting is that whatever you want to report on, you've got to think, well, is that somewhere in my GoldMine system? Well, yes, we can track the product. I had an offering field on my sample record, so that would be the product. How long to fix? Well, when you open up the case, well, there's a number of days between opening up the case and resolving the case. So the report would actually work out the number of days there, one minus the other. So yes, but you would need to create a report, or it could be a dashboard as well, Vicky. It could have dashboards. I think there is also an existing dashboard that shows you overdue cases as well by date. So you might like to take a look at that. Next question from Jamie. Can I link emails to cases? Yes, you can, using the built-in email feature of GoldMine or the Outlook link as emails come in. Of course, they'll be linked to the client's record, but then you can optionally link them to an opportunity or a case. So yes, you can. You would need to have a case open already. So when the email comes in, there'll be a little drop down as you'll see it when you're reading an email, and likewise when you're sending emails, you have the same drop down box to link it to an existing case record. It will display the case number for you. Another question from Jamie. Can I see all my assigned cases via my phone? Yes, you can. That's that GoldMine web thing if you haven't got it installed already. So GoldMine web is part of GoldMine now. Some of you might be familiar with the older product GoldMine Mobile. That's been superseded by GoldMine Web. GoldMine Web is a bit like a cloud version of GoldMine. So the technology is built into later versions of GoldMine, and it does need to be installed by Wizard Systems. It doesn't take too long, but then it's going to give you a real-time view via your phone, whatever phone you're using, Jamie. Or I showed you the web view. Obviously, it's going to render appropriately to a smaller screen size. But yes, it will be in there for you. Next question from Dale. Can customers be automatically emailed on case progress? No, or status changes. No, Dale, but you could. It's a manual operation, really. Just thinking about automated processes, maybe when a call is closed, they could be alerted, but nothing as standard, Dale, on that side, but a great idea. No. Okay. don't think there's any more questions coming through. If any late questions come through, okay, another question from Stephen. The owner of an assignment seems to be fixed. Can a different user be made the owner of an assignment? I don't know the answer to that question, Stephen. I'll ask one of my technical colleagues after this call and we'll email you back. But a great question there. Okay, so any more late questions come through, I'll answer those separately via email. Thanks very much, all of you, for those questions. So just to wrap up this call today on the Service Center, we've got a GoldMine training course after the bank holiday next week on Wednesday, an intro GoldMine course, so great for any new starters in your company. Take you through all the day-to-day basics of GoldMine. We don't actually cover the Service Center on that, but all the key things of GoldMine that new users would need to know are covered in that one-day course. So contact us for more details. 2018.2 is likely to be out next week, end of August. So stay tuned on that. Look at our website or our GoldMine blog. We will be emailing out more information about that. There will be webinars around 2018.2. The main thing in 2018.2 is security, making sure your GoldMine system is nice and secure. So more on that hopefully in the next week or so. And finally, if you've got any ideas for future topics around GoldMine that might be of general appeal to lots of other users in the GoldMine community, please let me know. My name again is Tim Wilmot. The email address, tim@wizard-systems.com. But thanks very much for your time today, and watch out for the email with a link to the recording. Thanks very much indeed for your time. Bye-bye.